Willie Cepeda, Fire Chief, Lake County Fire, Unified Incident Commander.
Brian York, Battalion Chief, FIRE Sonoma-Lake-Napa Unit, Unified Incident Commander.
Gavin Wells, Lieutenant, Lake County Sheriff's Office, Unified Incident Commander.
Unified Command is an incident command system term that means that there's multiple jurisdictional representatives that are entered into collaboratively as the incident commander for an incident that may span multiple jurisdictions or have a risk or a threat to a jurisdiction for the incident. The reason Unified Incident Command is to allow each of those stakeholders from those jurisdictions to be at the incident command post and making the decisions and plan to mitigate the all-risk emergency. In the case of the Creek Fire, that incident started in the state responsibility area and was immediately threatening the local responsibility area or Lake County Fire Protection District and required evacuations in the area of Lower Lake. Evacuations is the responsibility of the local law enforcement, in this case Lake County Sheriff's Department, which is where Lieutenant Gavin Wells came and became a Unified Incident Commander to handle the evacuation portion of the incident. And Chief Cepeda and myself were handling the fire side of the incident, mitigating the structure threat as well as the containing the vegetation fire as it moved and progressed towards Lower Lake.
Station 31, vegetation fire, Clayton Creek Road. Lake County Duty, Battalion 1418, Air Attack 112, Tinker 85, Tinker 86, Hogs, Copter 612, Engine 1468, 1458, 1487, 1477, Engine 6521, Engine 7021, Engine 6321, Transport Dozer 1448, Transport Dozer 1447, Canocti Crew 2, Canocti Crew 3, Medic 7511, Water Tender 7511, vegetation fire reported to be brush on fire underneath the power line, approximately a quarter acre in size, 10727 Clayton Creek Road, across the Highway 29. Creek IC, LNU East, Tactical V Fire 22, standby for response check back 1527.
Upon initial dispatch, based off location and the weather that day, it was very similar to the Clayton Fire in 2016.
Basically, it was a remake of the Clayton Fire. You know, it was in the proximity of the Clayton Fire, and you know, the smoke reports and my cell phone going off on you know, local residents of the concern of it burning through Lower Lake again. So that was the first thought, is that with the wind directions, we're going to have a Clayton number 2.
When I first heard the dispatch, I was obviously the location of the incident was of concern, so close to the proximity of Lower Lake and the community of Lower Lake, as well as the conditions that day with the fuels being dry and the winds being up, was a concern for, do we have enough resources on the initial dispatch, and just waiting for that initial resource to arrive and give a report on conditions.
St. Helena, Prevention 715. I'm at scene. Address is going to be as given. We have approximately half to an acre in light flashy fuel, moderate rate of spread. One structure will be immediately threatened.
I'm Autumn Lancaster, Fire Marshal Paramedic for Lake County Fire Protection District. I was first on scene to the Creek Fire. Knowing that the area is high risk, I immediately reported the best access from Clayton Creek Road, as well as requested the entire wildland dispatch continue. As I was there for several minutes, I reported the change in conditions, that the fire was beginning to crest the hill, and better access would be from a driveway off Highway 29. When I arrived at scene, the fire was moderate rate of spread and light flashy fuels.
Atlanta, 2700. At scene. As reported, we have approximately 3 to 5 acres now at rapid rate of spread. I'll be assuming IC. Q700 at scene, 3 to 5 acres rapid rate of spread, assuming Creek IC, 1532. Atlanta, Creek IC. The next coming units that stayed on Highway 29 just north of the fire start doing a progressive hose lay on the left flank. Incoming units to Creek incident per IC. Start progressive hose lay off Highway 29, 1534.
Salem Battalion 1418 is at scene, no change. Highway 29 is closed between Lower Lake and Clayton Creek Road. SO is currently taking care of the road closure. ICP is located at Red Coast Pump, Highway 29 across from Clayton Creek.
When I arrived, I noticed about 3 to 5, maybe 7 acres of grass oak woodland with a rapid rate of spread moving in a direction towards Lower Lake, Highway 53 and Highway 29.
When I first arrived on scene, it was about 10 acres with heavy fire on the east side of the highway with spot fires on the west side of Highway 29.
I'm about 1 to 3 acres rapid rate of spread heading towards the community of Lower Lake. A couple houses in before you know, it actually hit Main Street Lower Lake, and the potential of it jumping Highway 29 going north towards Lakeport.
St. Helena, Air Attack 112 at scene. I concur with report on conditions assuming Creek Air Attack.
Air Attack 112 at scene. Assuming Creek air attack, be advised, sheriff's officers are reporting spots north on Highway 29, north of Highway 29.
No known hazards. I'm still looking. Looks like there's probably going to be some ground level power lines. I'm going to have you working out in front. We have a spot at the head. We're going to call the 29. We're going to call that the left flank. I'd like you to tie in to the Highway 29 at the head, take it across the head, and we're going to try to work across the head down to the right flank.
Stanley Battalion 1418, Unified Command with T700.
Battalion 1418, Unified Command, 1545.
So Unified Command is a term in the incident command system, but it doesn't work unless the cooperating agencies or the unified ICs have built relationships and trained together prior to an incident occurring.
In Lake County, during the fires of 2015, we recognized the need and the benefits of Unified Command and have been using it for the past 8 years.
Collectively, as a unified incident commander with my partners here, we've responded to fires that have basically destroyed 65% of our county landmass and approximately 3,200 homes since 2012. So it's imperative that we continue to utilize this tool and maintain our relationships to provide the security and safety for our communities.
Same Linda Creek IC evacuation update. Creek IC, go ahead. Evacuating Main Street, Lower Lake, from the west side at Highway 53 at 29 all the way to Bonham to the east. This on the south side of Morgan Valley.
Based off the request for evacuations of areas of the community of Lower Lake, I met with Chief Cepeda and Chief York and determined an evacuation plan for that community.
47, you were covered tonight?
700 is requesting the evacuation order on the south side of Main Street between 53 and Bonham.
Copy, south side of Main Street.
Back down to 160, 1097. I can start helping evacuations on Main.
LOW 169 is going to be an order. LOW 160, 161, and 167 is going to be a warning.
201. Good. Can you send one of your units over to the northbound or the southbound lane when you need to completely shut down? Copy. 437, 1097, starting evacuations on Rose and Teclis.
Good afternoon, Lake County. This is Sheriff Rob Howe. Just advising you, we currently have a fire going in the south end of our county, the Lower Lake area between Clayton Creek and Main Street off of Highway 129. Looks like about 7 acres right now. It is threatening some residences and businesses, so we do have some evacuation orders going right now. Zone LOW-E169 is a mandatory evacuation order. Zones LOWE 161, 163, and 167 are in warning right now. Fires out here, of course, law enforcement, in-force, doing what they can to get this under control before it causes any problems or any real problems. But I'll keep you updated as much as I can. If you have any other questions, obviously visit our websites, social media, and our homepage. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Willie Cepeda. I'm Fire Chief, Lake County Fire Protection District. I'm going to talk a little bit about sirens. Sirens are another awareness tool to notify our community members of an event. It could be a fire, hazmat, earthquake, civil unrest. It could be a variety of different things. If you happen to hear the siren, go to another source to get more additional information on that. So we have about 15 sirens that are located within the County of Lake in strategic areas of the county. They're activated by the Lake County Sheriff's Office of Emergency Services in coordination with the first responders to identify geographical areas that need to be notified and alerted. It kind of began in 2018 with Senator McGuire's Senate Bill 833, where after the 2016 Valley Fire, we started installing sirens around the County of Lake. So if you hear a siren, you can go to Lakeco Alerts, get the information you need, and act accordingly.
Catalina Creek air attack, aircraft order requesting 2 Type 3 multi-engine tankers direct to the Creek fire.
Creek air attack, 2 Type 3 multi-engine tankers, 1554. Selena, Creek IC resource orders. Creek IC, Selena, go ahead.
5 Type 3 agency, 1 task force from Colusa County, which is being worked out by the op area coordinator of Lake County.
Additional response to vegetation fire, Clayton Creek Road, community of Lower Lake, for engine 1488, engine 1478, engine 1479, engine 1474, engine 1464. Creek IC on you east, TAC V-Fire 22. Stand by for response check back 1558.
Unified command was necessary on multiple facets, one being a multi-jurisdictional incident. It was a fire burning from the state responsibility area and immediately threatening the local responsibility area, as well as the need for evacuations in the community of Lower Lake, which required the sheriff's office to be engaged.
One is it was way out of what my jurisdiction can handle as a single resource, and really needed the assistance with the management, coordination, resource ordering. And then the biggest component was that of evacuation. We don't have the resources to initiate an evacuation, and it required road closures and evacuation of the downtown Lower Lake, all traffic and residents in the area.
Creek Air Attack, just real quick, orientation hazards. The main road's going to be the left flank. Your hazards are going to be high tension power lines paralleling the left flank and ground level power lines at the heel. Right now the priority is still the head and the right flank due to the structures. We have that spot burning parallel to the west of 29.
CAL FIRE, in partnership with California Office of Emergency Services, uses IAA, or Incident Awareness and Assessment sensors and platforms to gather real-time intelligence over our fire incidents. In this next video, you'll see Intel 1.2 or Intel 12 over the Creek incident, collecting fire perimeter data and IR information that's being transmitted real-time down to incident commanders and decision makers back at headquarters. One of those tools is FIRIS, Fire Integrated Real-Time Intelligence System, which is crewed aviation assets and fixed-wing aircraft flying over our incidents. They're providing mapping intelligence that can be transmitted down to the incident commander via different platforms for real-time video and infrared information for their incident. Another tool in the Intel arsenal for our command centers and decision makers is Alert California, which is a statewide camera system using artificial intelligence to, one, identify a new incident, and two, once an incident is established, those cameras can be manually moved by emergency command center personnel or other operators to point those cameras towards the incident, allowing real-time video feed of an incident via the internet to whoever has access to the site.
OES Intel 1-2, September 6, 2023 at 16:54 hours overhead of the Creek incident, Lake-Napa Unit, just south of Lower Lake, Clear Lake. Reticle now at the heel. You've got the intersection between Clayton Creek Road and Highway 29, looking north, catching the black edge, working north along the right flank. Not much heat in the grass. As we get into the oaks, you see more concentrations of that from about right here, working across the head to the highway continuous retardant line. Small spot here, less than 1/10 of an acre. And about half an acre black on the west side of Highway 29. Total acreage for the Creek incident, 28.2 acres.
Salina, Creek IC incident update.
Creek IC, Salina.
28 acres, 30% contained. We have an evacuation order still in LOW 169 and a warning for LOW 161, 163, 167. Lake County Sheriff handling those notifications.
Creek IC 1704.
Salina, Creek IC, further information. We're working on one-lane traffic control on Highway 29 with Caltrans. That should be in place in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Unified Command was very helpful on this incident. We had multiple law enforcement agencies and multiple fire agencies working the incident, and having everybody in one place, or having the incident commanders in one place, was extremely beneficial.
Yeah, it really is. It gives us a chance to look at all of our resources in one picture and make decisions that's going to benefit and do life safety right off the top. And so coordinating with Chief York in the CAL FIRE resources that were coming in, where they are. What we're doing is that we had a game plan, set up our divisions, and we're able to mitigate it fairly quickly. The other part of that is bringing the LEs, as talking about evacuation being labor intensive. Really needed those LE folks to get out. The folks are going to listen more to that of an LE than a fire guy yelling to get out of the house. So they're instrumental in getting those folks evacuated in a safe means of egress.
St. Helena Creek IC incident information.
Creek IC, St. Helena, go ahead.
The evacuation warning for LOW 161, 163, 167 has been lifted. And then the order in LOW 169 has been reduced to a warning.
Creek IC 1825.
Sheriff Rob Howe here with another update on the South County Lower Lake fire. We've lifted now all the mandatory evacuations in any zone. We are down to a warning in zone LOW-E169. Every other zone that was under a warning has been completely lifted. Highway 29 is now open to one-way traffic. I know I called it 129 earlier, apologize for that. One-way traffic from Clayton Creek through Main Street, and Main Street and downtown Lower Lake is now open as well. Once again, thanks to all the firefighters and law enforcement out here, did a great job, and if there's anything else we need for an update, I'll come back to you later. Thank you.
St. Helena Creek IC incident update.
Creek IC, St. Helena.
St. Helena. Fire is holding at 28 acres, 28 acres at 50% containment.
Creek IC 2001.
St. Helena Creek IC, Chief 700 and Unified Command at the ICP.
Copy 2103.
Well, it's important that the cooperators we work with on a day-to-day basis, we're all on the same organizational platform using the incident command system and utilizing unified command. We're using the same terms and orders in regards to evacuations and divisions, branches, etc. And having all three entities at the incident command post allows for information exchange to happen real time and allow each of those agencies to get the information out to their command centers, dispatch centers, and emergency operations centers timely and effectively to mitigate the incident.